Peace, blessings, and blackness. Grand Kush. I'm not going to do too much speaking today. It's Sunday. And I'm going to preview a little bit of a lecture from Dr. Malachi Z York from Negro. This is your 400-year bondage. I might chime in, I might not. But in any case, let's get into the video. Let's get into the good word, the 9 news. And peep out the knowledge.
Have so much of the devil's venom in them that they work on behalf of white folks against their own kind. The original people of Assyria or Ashur were Negroes, are the seed of the serpent, the devil. And he mixes his seed by injecting himself into your bloodline. It's like a snake that bites you. It's the same thing you do when you get a hickey from a cannon. When you allow them to insert themselves into you and spit their venom into your bloodline and breathe poison genes. Black devils. Because they have so much of the devil's venom in them that they work on behalf of white folks against their own kind. The original people of Assyria or Ashur were Negroes like everybody in Noah's family and pre-Noah. You don't have no birth record of Caucasian. They can't even tell you their birth record. They can't tell you where they came from. They take you back to wolves and gnomes and leprechauns and mythological creatures from the sky called the Olympians. But they cannot give you a record. If they give you a record, they go back to the Neanderthal caves of Europe where they were walking around on all fours and eating flesh raw and even eating each other. And they still are cannibals to this day. Every year, at least one Caucasian is caught eating somebody. You follow? That's the devil's seed. Mixing in with the devil. Nigga, you can't liberate yourself by getting in with the devil. It means you're walking around in a zombie state. You're in a sleep state. You're under the spell of Leviathan. What is Leviathan? In the Bible, Leviathan is a dragon, a big sea creature. That old dragon called the devil or Satan that deceived the whole world. And the Edomites or Orientals are in with the brotherhood of Satan. They're all the same family. You have to separate the sheep from the goat, Christ said. You got to separate the ones who are in the image of God. What do I mean by that? Then in Daniel 9, when they speak of the Ancient of Days, they give you a description, and it says hair like wool and white as snow. Now, Muslims and a lot of other theologians will say that's Melchizedek. They don't have any proof of that. They just say it. The Ancient of Days would have to be the Alpha, the first. You understand? And the only other person that refers to himself as the Alpha and Omega is Jesus. Why? Because Jesus became known as the visible image of the invisible God. When you see me, he said, you see the Father. So now, in Daniel, the Ancient of Days would be symbolic of them to Christians and Jews as God. Sitting on his throne. Anybody got that? Come on the screen. Go ahead. I behold, till thrones were cast down. I mean, all other authority, all other power was cast down. Go ahead. And the Ancient of Days, the oldest one, the Alpha, the Aleph, go ahead, did sit, whose garments were, that's why Isaiah 52 tells you to put back on your beautiful garments. Go ahead. And the hair of his head, not the fur, of his head. I'm saying that because dogs and lions and gorillas and other creatures have fur. They may tell you it's hair because they control the media, but it's fur. Like a fur coat. Go ahead.
His song was like a fiery flame.
Go ahead.
And his wheels as burning fire.
And that takes you back to Ezekiel. When it talks about these gods coming from heaven. With the wheels of Ezekiel. Wheels within wheels. You understand? They're describing what they call God. Then when you go to Revelation, chapter 1, verses 14 to 15, you're going to get Jesus' description. Him. And Jesus' description is going to be the same as his father, the Ancient of Days. You ready? It says, his head and his hair were white like wool. Right? As white as snow. Some Christian theologians say that means it was bright, illustrious, and glowing. No, because it's out there for the transfiguration, and they give you the word for his body was lit up and glowed. That's not what it means. If he was crucified between 32 and 33, his hair wouldn't be white as snow. Unless you want to say it to be 120, and we can talk about that. But you don't want to go there, so let's leave it where you stay, wherever your knowledge takes you. You follow? And his eyes were like flames of fire. Sound like that same throne. And his feet like fine brass, smooth, clean, no blemishes in his skin. You follow? Go ahead.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As if it burned in a furnace, and his voice was the sound of many waters. Jesus was in the image of his Father. Daniel is describing the Ancient One, the Alpha and the Omega. And Jesus is described in Revelation, the Alpha and Omega. But also God is describing someone you can see of the invisible God, the one who was once invisible who took on form. Word became flesh. Go ahead, what you got there? Lamentations 5:10. Read it. It says, our skin was black like an oven because of a terrible famine. But the word oven there and the word furnace there is the same word. So it's telling you his skin was black as if they was burnt in an oven. Abishai in Songs of Solomon, while having to confront with the prejudiced mixed blood of Israelites, because the Israelites had mixed in with the Canaanites and became like us, mixed blood. And we started looking at dark-skinned people like this sister here as less than us. Started looking for light-skinned people as better than us. You understand? Well, back in Israel, because of David marrying a Hittite, a Canaanite woman, and corrupting his seed, Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, a woman has to stand up to the children of the women in Jerusalem, a woman of the tribe of Judah, of the black seed, through Adonijah, who kept themselves pure and black. And she had to tell them what in Songs of Solomon? I am black, but beautiful, comely. I'm black, sisters, but I'm beautiful and black. Oh, you daughters of, oh, you curtains of, all you women that hide behind Solomon's curtains in his bedroom, all you mulattoes laid up in there. She stepped in and said, I'm black and beautiful, y'all. Like the tents of Kedar. I kept my...
All right, that's a little bit of Dr. Malachi Z York. Negro, this is your 400-year bondage. If you want to check out the whole video, you can go to Asaru 9 Ether Wu Nuwapu Free Dr. Malachi Z York. Or what might be easier is I'll just drop the link in the description if you want to go back and check that out. It's actually a good lecture. You understand? This comes from the early 90s, so for some it might be outdated information, but I assure you it's not. We're still dealing with religion, still stuck under the moon god, the ghost god, you know, the pale-faced gods with straight hair. We still stuck under a spell, and the matter is do Black people have the power and mind to choose their God, their science, their religion, and whatever they want to follow? I would say that that's revolution and liberation, and that's non-science. And this is Dr. Malachi Z York. I'll holler at y'all next time. Y'all hold it down and stay great.